We started these calls this week, April the 1st, because we started our Living Free movement. This movement is going to grow by leaps and bounds. So you being on this call, basically you're at the beginning of what's going to take place over the next, 30 days, and then over the next, 8 months, to the end of this year. And I'll just go ahead and give you some numbers. This movement's going to grow basically from grassroots, to over 500, at the end of 30 days. And then at the end of this year, we're talking about 10,000 people. And what that represents is people that are looking to live free, people that want to be a part of something, people that want to be a part of change. Because guys, there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of people are looking for other ways to live better financially. And I believe we found the perfect opportunity to do that. So with that said, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit, give you a little bit of background on me, even before I give you a little bit of the information about our opportunity. And me myself, I've been a certified public accountant in the state of Maryland for about 12 years, and I've been an accountant total for 19 years. I am from Newark, New Jersey, so I come from very humble beginnings. I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. My parents were blue-collar workers. My mom was the stay-at-home mom for a long time before she went back to school to get her licensed practical nurse certificate, and my dad was a factory worker for a long time. But my parents were God-fearing. My parents knew that there was a better way, but they knew that they had to at least teach their children to live better. And that's what they did. And guys, we grew up in a very rough neighborhood. That neighborhood took the lives of many. It took the lives of through actual people losing their lives and through being incarcerated. And I know a lot about that. But luckily, I went to school like my parents asked me to, and I was able to finish high school. I was able to go on to college, where I was able to graduate with my degree in accounting. And man, I'm going to tell you, man, I wasn't originally going to be an accountant. I wanted to be a doctor, but I decided that I liked numbers better. I liked money. Who on this call loves money? I definitely like me some money, man. So I went into accounting. And, basically what I said is that, I'm going to do this accounting thing, and I'm going to, see how it works out. And so I finished my degree, and I didn't have a job when I got done. And a good friend of mine told me that his sister was the director of human resources for a very large law firm. He thought that she could get me a job. And that's what he did. He called her up. She gave me an interview. I went in, and she hired me. But guys, she didn't give me a job in accounting. She gave me a job in the mailroom, making about $12 or $14 an hour. I can't even remember. It may have been less. But guys, sometimes you got to start at the bottom to make it to the top. Agree? So what I did is I said, I'll go ahead and take the mailroom job, because I do have my degree. I got something that I can use. And I worked in that mailroom for about 2 months, walking around that law firm, seeing all these professional people. And I said, man, one day I'm going to be in offices like this. One day things are going to work out for me. And I got my first job 2 months later. I think it was September of 1995, where I was hired to be an accountant for a nonprofit group. And they gave me my offer letter, and I have to laugh because the offer letter was a whopping $22,000. $22,000 a year was my first job. I was entry level. Remember, I was at the bottom. Sometimes you got to start at the bottom to work your way up. And I said, you know what? I come from Newark, New Jersey. I come from humble beginnings. So at the end of the day, I said, why not? Why not start at the bottom? So that's what I did. Took that job, and it was good. I was doing my work, and I was young, man, and I was probably not as serious about what I was doing, and I didn't really have a vision about where I was going, but I was just going, and I liked the job, and it was cool. I came in at 9:01, I came in at 9:05 and 9:15, sometimes at 10, late. And if you know anything about bosses, bosses don't like people being late. And I'm going to tell you, that boss, she watched me for several months. I was there, I think, 9 months. And she called me into her office just before 4th of July, 1996. And she says, Jay, here's your last paycheck. You are fired, in the words of Donald Trump. Fired me right on the spot, said that, you know what, I just can't use you. You know, you're unreliable, you know, and you come in late too much, and see you later. And you know what? I was down and out. I was very disappointed. That was my first big failure. And I was like, wow, I'm getting fired from my first gig. I said, this is so crazy. Left out of there, and I was down, and luckily my parents had instilled something in me. They instilled something that I just kind of tapped into. It was a little bit of faith. Anybody got a little bit of faith? I had a little bit, just enough to pray, and you know, ask God to do something for me, ask God to work with me, and so He did. And I was out of work for about a week, and then next thing you know, I got another job. I got a raise. You remember, I got fired. I was making $22,000, and then next thing you know, I get a raise. I went to $28,000, got a better job, more responsibility, closer to home, and it was exciting. I'm talking about, I took that job and I ran with it. Guys, I'm talking about just doing all my assignments. I was on time. I was staying late. You know, I did get a promotion, but what I did is I did get a raise. I went to $30,000 after 3 years. That company decided to move. They were going to move to Philadelphia. Nobody was going, but they said that they would give me a promotion if I went. So I went to Philadelphia, and man, oh man, I was excited. I said, man, I'm going to be the accounting manager. None of my peers was managers. I'd only been out of school for 3 years. And then I got up there, guys, and lo and behold, they had other plans. All of a sudden, you know, one person comes in one day, and there's, his name was Mike, and Mike says, hey, how you doing, Jay? My name is Mike, and I'm the new accounting manager. What? New accounting manager? Are you serious? How? Oh, man, you know what? Well, maybe they're going to make me the supervisor. And then the next week, this other lady comes in, and she says, hey, how you doing? My name is whoever. I can't remember because I didn't work with her long. And she says, I'm the new accounting supervisor. Guys, have you ever been looked over for a promotion at your job? Remember, you know, the corporate world is dog-eat-dog world, and that's when I realized that, man, something ain't right. I said, but you know what? I got to do something. I still got to do something. I stormed into the CFO's office, asked him a question. I said, look, okay, you looked over me for this promotion. I said, man, look, can you at least give me my severance? Because they was going to give me 6 months of pay. But you know what he did? He says, no. Can't give you 6 months, Jay. You turn that down. And you know what I can do? If you stay an extra 2 months, I'll give you 2 months' salary. I had to stay 2 more months at this company that I was upset with. So guys, I'm going to tell you, this is where I kind of got derailed on this job. And what happened was, I had to do an expense report every week, because every week I was traveling back and forth to Philadelphia, and man, oh man, I had to put in an expense report one day, and I missed. I didn't have my receipt for my dry cleaning. I left it with my wife, and my girlfriend at the time, she faxed it over to me. Lo and behold, there was $3 on there for her. She had a dress in with the dry cleaning. But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm not going to include the receipt. They're going to pay for my wife's thing too, because I said, you know what? They owe me. They owe me this thing. It's only $3. Can't hurt nothing. But my boss saw the fax come over. But it was in my trash can. He went into my trash can, he pulled it out, and so he had ammunition. The next day, I come into work. I spent the day, I was about to go home. I asked for my expense check, and he says, Jay, check this out. I need you to meet me in HR. I said, okay, cool. I'm thinking, man, I might be finally about to get a promotion or something. They're going to give me something. And he says, Jay, I can't trust you. Well, you know, man, you're cheating on your expense report. $3, I can't believe it. Man, I just can't trust you. You're fired. Has anybody else been fired multiple times? Have you ever been down on your luck? Has things happened to you and you're like, man, I can't believe this is happening to me? Guys, I'm going to tell you, that happens in life. But I'm going to tell you, my life was marked even before that. because I got fired and I didn't get disgruntled. I left out of there and I just sucked it up. 1 week later, I had a job. Had more money, $34,000, a little bit more money. But I knew that there was something more for me. Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel like there's more for you? I felt like there was more for me, and I got this new job. A raise. Remember, I got fired twice. Now I got another job with a raise. Then I worked that job for about a month. Then I got a call for another job, and that job gave me even a bigger raise. Think about this. I went from $30,000, then I went to $34,000, then I went to $50,000 on the next job. Can you imagine? A person got fired in two out of two jobs, and then you are basically making more than the people that you might have been working for. Are you serious? This is what happened to me. This is no lie. And what I can tell you guys is that your life is marked just like my life was marked. But I didn't know what it was for. But something was coming down the pike. This job was just a stepping stone. That job I had for 3 years, and I was at $50,000, went to $80,000 with bonuses. Now I'm 6 years in the accounting field, and I'm talking about I was living life. No kids. I was married at that time, and life was grand. Me and my wife, we had a house, we had cars, we was doing it nice. We was that middle class family, coming up. But guys, in business things happen, right? So instead of getting fired, guys, I got laid off at my next job. Laid off. Anybody been laid off in the room? Anybody been laid off that you just didn't know was coming? I didn't know it was coming. But I'm going to tell you, when I got laid off, all of a sudden, right after I got laid off, I got a job, making the same amount of money. But I'm going to tell you, at that point, that's when I was thinking. Have you ever been thinking about doing something, but you didn't know what it was going to be? That's how I was thinking. I took this next job, worked it for 3 months, and next thing you know, it was like, I got to do something different. You know what? I can't stay in this workforce. Look, people are going to lose jobs. I don't want that to happen to me again. I got to do something different. And guys, I started a business. I started More Small Business Services. We provided accounting and tax services for individuals and small business. Did that for 12 years. Along the way, we started a mortgage company. Made tons of money. I'm talking $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 in 1 year. This is what was happening in my life, because remember, my life was marked. But sometimes when you're doing things, if you do it the wrong way, you can lose too. And I'm going to tell you, I lost. I lost big time. I didn't get fired, but I lost. I lost clients, guys. I lost, I lost the fact that maybe I didn't make as much money, 1 year over the next. And it's because I didn't catch a vision. I didn't know what my vision and didn't know what my purpose in life was. That's why you guys are on this call. See, guys, I tell you a piece of that story because everybody has one. Your story may look better than mine. Your story may be that you just was doing well, but you're at a crossroads. You're thinking that, man, there's something else in life. But what I can tell you is that the Living Free movement is in town. The Living Free movement is going to teach people how to do something different, to one, become financially set, and then to help somebody else do the same thing. So guys, that's what birthed Living Free Enterprises right there in March. March of 2014, we birthed Living Free Enterprises. We said that we would launch on April 1, 2014 because we were going to show people and we were going to change some things around in this economy. So guys, we've got a vehicle that we're using. This vehicle, if you've ever heard of it, is called 5 Links. 5 Links. 5 Links Enterprises is located in Rochester, New York. They have been in business for 13 years. This company is poised to get to $1 billion in the next 3 to 5 years. What I'm telling you is that you have an opportunity, one, to get started with us. This movement of Living Free is going to grow to 500 this month. It's going to grow to 10,000 this year. It's going to grow to millions of people in the opportunity. Everybody looking to do the same thing. and that's live free. But guys, you got to have a good reason why you would want to do something like live free. You got to have, maybe it's, your family. Maybe it's, children that you have. Maybe you just need some extra income. Maybe you want to give back. But guys, at the end of the day, we all want freedom. Don't you want freedom? Don't you want to be able to live free? Be able to go and come as you please? Be able to not have a limit on the things that you can do that's attached to your bank account? This opportunity can do it for you. But look, here's the deal. This company is being talked about. This company has been talked about in the Inc. magazine, Inc. 500. They've been on this list of the 500 to 5,000 fastest growing privately held companies in all of North America. That's Canada and that's the United States. So 5 Links is doing something right. They have a really good system in place. 5 Links also has been recognized in home-based business magazines. Your Business at Home, Success from Home, where they talk about this opportunity and how it's helping people. So guys, what I can tell you is that this opportunity is real. This movement is more real. Because 5 Links vehicle is just what we're going to use to become free. But in the end, guys, all I can tell you is that my life was marked, and I found the vision. I found courage to do something different. I found something that I could teach somebody else how to do it. And I'm going to tell you, this business now has changed my life. This business is changing so many lives, but look, this business wants you to join the movement. This business wants you to try something different. I say try because most people try stuff before they do it. But if you at least get in, start learning what it takes, how you could generate an additional income, which we will teach you, that I can almost say with certainty that you can have success. It doesn't matter what kind of success you had or haven't had. Because even a person that's had amazing success in life can come here and have success or not. Even a person that hasn't had success in their life can come in this opportunity and have success or not. But all you got to be willing to do is get started. Make a decision. Get back with the person that invited you on this call and just say, hey, look, what's the next step? What do I need to do? And I will tell you, if you have not watched the full presentation, that would be the first thing. We're just not going to put you in. We want you to see something. We want you to see what this opportunity is all about. I touched on some points, but more than likely, I didn't touch on the income. So I want you to see that. But if you've seen the presentation, I want you to then get back with that person, if you're interested, and say, look, I'm ready to get started. If that's you, welcome to the team. We're excited. We are ready to help you build this business. So guys, this week has been amazing, and all I can say is that we're starting in the grassroots. We have put 5 team members on the team in the past 24 hours. We are excited. That 5 is going to turn to 25. That 25 is going to turn into 250. Why not you be a part of these numbers? Guys, my name is Jay Moore. I'm a national director with 5 Links. More importantly, I'm the CEO of Living Free Enterprises that's going to help and teach anybody that wants to learn how to live free. Thank you for being on this call. God bless you. Have a good day.